FDR Proclamation 2039, March 5th, 1933. Next, FDR Executive Order 6102, April 5th, 1933. Next, FDR Proclamation 2040, March 9th, 1933. Next, under Executive Order of the President, April 5th, 1933. Next, Congressional Record, March 9th, 1933, page 83. Next, 48 Stat 1. Next, 48 Stat 112 through 113. Next, Legal Tender Status issued by Department of Treasury. Resource Center, removed. This was removed by the Biden administration. Next, Congressional Record, March 9, 1933, page 76, page 83. Next, Congressional Record, May 23, 1933. Next, Gold Reserve Act of 1934, page 133. Next, 40 Stat 411, colon 415, colon 966. Next, 12 U.S.C. 411. Next, 4 U.S.C. 101. Next, 55 Stat 839 to 840. Next, 18 U.S.C. 8. Next, 14th Amendment. Next, U.S. Constitutional Article 4, full faith and credit. Next, United States v. Pee Wee Cole, 1951. Next, U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 10. Next, Libra Code, Articles 7, 31, 38. Next, Contracts Payable in Gold, 1933, referring to as mere users. Next, Law of Nations, Book 2, Section 104. Next, Hague Convention, October 1907, Article 55, Usufruct. So, the Exhibit A is the birth certificate, and I had it authenticated, which I forgot how to do. But on the first page, this was done in 2014, it shows the United States. John Kerry signed it. It says, I certify that this document hereto annexed is under the seal of the State of New York, and that such seal is entitled to full faith and credit for the contents of the annexed document. The Department assumes no responsibility. The certificate is not valid if it is removed or altered in any way whatsoever. So, John Kerry signs it. So now the State of New York, Department of State, it is hereby certified that Guy Warner was a clerk of the county of the State of New York and clerk of the Supreme Court therein, being a clerk of record on the day of the date of the annexed certificate, and duly authorized to grant same, that the seal affixed to said certificate is the seal of the said county and court, that the attestation thereof said clerk is in due form and executed by the proper officer, and that full faith and credit may and ought be granted, ought and be given to said clerk's official acts. So it's signed by Sandra J. Tallman, Special Deputy Secretary of State. So then it has the birth certificate. Then Exhibit B was the CUSIP results for Anthony Rubio, birth certificate, blah, blah, blah. It's Fidelity Advisor Freedom 2025 Fund. It's worth, I don't know, $2,813,000,000,000, I don't know, whatever. It's a lot of phony baloney money. And then what I did was attach all this. So good, people. Wow, that was long, huh? I hope I didn't put you to sleep. But again, I remind you not to copy per se. Take the ideas, of course, if you have a situation. Use them and understand that, I gotta see how much time is left. 4 minutes. Okay, we're on a new video. Use this stuff It's not legal advice because it's not about a legal disclaimer as much as this was tailored to a situation. You must tailor whatever you're doing to your situation. The key is to catch them at their own bullshit. It's not because I enjoy doing it. I don't. It's a lot of time. I have to think it through. I have to think where I want to go with it. You must think. I have to let it, I do something, there may be some emotions in it, there may be still some emotions in it. But I have to try and remove them. Remember, it's nothing, from there it's nothing more than business as normal. And I want to take the edge off something for people. When you're dealing with this, try and remember, and it's very hard, you're being tested. And I knew when I started this, I said at some point I would be tested. And how I got to this, the 30-second version, some 25 years ago I was sued. And it was a totally false accusation. And I sat there numb. I just didn't understand. It took its toll on me 25 years ago. And I learned people just lie all the time. And it's perfectly acceptable. The lawyers don't care. They get paid one way or the other. The system gets paid one way or the other, or compensated. I shouldn't say paid. How do you pay with Federal Reserve notes? So, in essence, you're nothing more than chattel shit. I was so devastated. I was in a fucking fetal position. Going through it, and I cried out to God. I says, why did I go through it? What was I, at the time I didn't understand. And I wound up going to a church. It was called at the time Religious Science, which basically taught the science of mind principles, in essence, the power of positive thinking. And I kind of took the edge off of the situation. It never went 100% off because I'm never done with it. It seems, there's always a legal issue before me, particularly being in the condo. It is what it is. So, I studied many years spiritual laws, and they just resonated with me. I soaked it up as a sponge. And then what happened around 2007, 2008, I don't know if any of you remember the zeitgeist. That opened my eyes, and I started, there was a group down in FIU, which is Florida International University, and I was driving all the way to South Miami, about the zeitgeist. It really piqued my attention. And again, nothing happens by accident. I think you still can get it on YouTube. There were 3 documentaries, I think one in 2007, 2008, and I think 2012 was in the last one. And I couldn't wait to see them. I was really impressed by it. We all need to get along here on planet Earth, and believe you me, if we all can get along, we'd all be a lot better off. And it's not difficult. It's the same thing whether it's the condo, the world, neighbors, states, people. It's not hard to get along. To try and live in peace, mind your own business. I don't want to control anybody, but I have a responsibility. We all do. Whether you, this study is not about I can get away with it. Don't go into it with this. That is the wrong attitude. The attitude is you have a responsibility to follow the golden rule. And I don't want this to be a lecture, but just remember, you still have a responsibility. The fact that they have perverted the system and it's rigged does not mean you have to play toilet paper, and that's the point of me doing this. The point of it is to ask for help from whoever, God, the universe, wherever you believe, and just know where you are divinely created, and nobody should take advantage of you. And that's why I bother doing this. I wish you all the very best, and I hope you got something out of it. Okay? So hopefully Attorney Goldstein won't have me killed, but, you know, whatever. It's so he's going to get this again. He should get it in a few days, and let's see what he responds. He may not, he may ignore it, and then what I'll be doing is well, you know what I have to do. So we can discuss that on another video. All right, guys, a blessed day. Take care.